Hello, everyone. Tonight, I want to talk to you leisurely about this email I received. The email has an interesting subject, interesting story, which this is just to respond to that email. And the writer asked me my opinion. And the story goes that, of course, the names are changed, as he told me in his email, that a friend of his, Rajesh, which is, of course, another real name, I mean, his changed name, it's about Rajesh and a lady named Sandy. And Sandy also is a changed name. The story goes that Rajesh is to become a doctor, and he's studying and almost a doctor, and about just under 30 years old, and Sandy a couple of years younger. Rajesh is Hindu, and Sandy is Orthodox Christian. I think the email tells me she's Protestant. The story goes that Rajesh and Sandy got to know each other and texted and talked. Not much interest until they became fond of each other through understanding each other's mind and conversation, and Rajesh seemed to like her and became more and more, and Rajesh ended up loving Sandy, and Sandy also loved Rajesh. When Rajesh told Sandy that he loves her, she said that, you know, I'm Christian and I only marry someone who's Christian, and you have to become Christian if you want us to get married. Rajesh said, but it is very difficult for a Hindu family to accept conversion. This doesn't look good to the family, and so on and so forth. However, Rajesh was in love, and Rajesh started going to Christian school, like to look to church, to learn about Christianity and so on. And little by little, Rajesh became Christian and liked it and became Christian. And so they talked with the parents of Sandy, and they said, you have to be baptized, you have to be Christian, and unless you believe in Jesus Christ, you cannot. You have to be. It has to be a marriage in church, and so on and so on. Rajesh, respecting his own family, after he goes to church for a long time and learns and believes in what they said in Jesus Christ, he believed that Sandy would be pleased, and Sandy was pleased. And Rajesh talked to his own parents and asked permission to marry Sandy, and they said the parents said it is just not heard of. It's not going to look good on our family to have a son who converts to Christianity, and everybody would look down on us in the community. And Rajesh said, Sandy is a very lovely woman, very respectable and very good woman, decent, and I'm sure she will be just a great wife, and so on and so on. So Rajesh's parents said, no problem, you can get married, but you can't convert, because that's going to look really bad on our family and our name, and traditionally this is too difficult for the family, but you can get married with her, no problems. And Rajesh's family father talks to Sandy's parents that for 5 or 6 times that he would ask for them to get married and they can live separate from the family and to be independent, and that would be just fine. However, Rajesh, the conversion is going to be a difficult thing. So Rajesh seems to have done whatever he could. He went and believed in Jesus Christ. He learned about Christianity because of his love to Sandy. He did his genuine best. Parents became very understanding and they actually said, no problem, Sandy is not Hindu, but that's okay, they can marry. But the only thing they asked was that Rajesh doesn't convert to the other father, to Sandy's parents. But Sandy's parents apparently were adamant and said, no, it has to be baptism, and what happened to baptism? And Rajesh felt that in time they will grow respect for him because he became, he believed in Christianity, he learned about Christianity, and without baptism they would still be fine, and Sandy would be fine with it and understand the respect that Rajesh has for Sandy, and it would all be fine. But this didn't happen. They didn't allow it. And eventually 5 months passed, and Sandy's parents were accepting invitations or trying to match Sandy with another man who's Christian, and finally they accepted an arrangement that the man was Christian and they were engaged to get married. And I don't remember, I think if they got married or not. But this, of course, broke Rajesh's heart, and he became very sad and he became depressed. And the questions after this story, now that you know the story, the questions that has been put to me are as follows, which I try to see what my opinion is. And again, this is my opinion. There's nobody important to say should be this way or that way. This is just the way I would look at it, and see what questions are here. Let's see, where are the questions? Okay, here it is. Okay, question number 1. So it says, I want to ask few questions regarding this relationship. The writer says, question number 1, does love need any religion? Well, short of the long is love doesn't need any interference with religion, because love by itself is a pure energy and pure feeling. And what is religion? Religion has many different definitions for different people, depending on their beliefs, depending on their way of thinking, depending on their background. But let's say religions are of pure belief and pure energy, and it's meant to enlighten people and meant to make better people, more tolerant people, more accepting people, more cohesive people, and to show the commonality that exists between human beings so they can get along better. And if that is what religion is supposed to be, which anybody who promotes religion, if it's got a pure heart, obviously would attest to this, that religions are to make people more tolerant, more accepting, more loving of each other, and understand we all need each other, and we are all in this earth and in this journey together, traveling together, supposed to help each other, understand each other, cooperate with each other, team up with each other. Religions are supposed to make each individual a more forgiving person, a better person, a stronger person, more positive and loving person. And on that note, each individual becomes a better person. That's supposed to be part of its role as it has been introduced since, I don't know, 1,000 years ago. So I personally think, since love is also very pure energy, it should not have bear any particular brand of religion or school of religion, as love is universal in all religions. It has the same effect on people, the same interactions creates love, the same emotions. It is not bound by a rule or religion or color or race. Love is love, so it shouldn't need any rules by anything, let alone religion, which supposedly religion is supposed to help love, and love is supposed to be helping religion. Religion is supposed to be part of love, and love supposed to be part of religion. So the answer for me would be no to this question. Does love needs any religion? Well, no. It should be independent of religion. In fact, if religion is, as most people think, supposed to help love to flourish and develop, so it should be helpful, not a stumbling block in front of religion. Religion should not be used for empowering someone who sees that another person likes and wants something that he has. Let's say somebody wants, let's say I'm a shopkeeper, I make tea, and somebody says, I want that tea. And I say, well, you have to believe in the same thing that I believe before you can have tea. Well, it has nothing to do with what I'm saying. He wants tea. So if I am a really good-hearted person, I give him tea. I don't care what color he is. I don't care what religion he has. I don't care what his, mentality. I said, as long as this decent person is not causing fear or danger for other people, why does he have to abide by my preference in something, whatever it is, to be able to treat this tea and teacup properly and just enjoy the tea? So religions should not be used as a way to dominate others or to show my superiority to others. Religions, as far as I understood it, supposed to be a way to make people love each other more, help each other more, to be nicer and kinder to each other, to be able to help this life to become a little smoother, and we can all row the boat on the ocean of life together. That's what religion's supposed to be helping, among other things that if it does, it's supposed to be. So the second question is why didn't Sandy's parents understand that without conversion their daughter wouldn't be happy, and even Sandy was Orthodox herself? Why didn't Sandy's parent think that without conversion I really don't know why the parents thought that unless Rajesh converts to Christianity, then Sandy could not be happy. Well, to me, everybody's belief is respectful to himself, should be honored by him or herself. As I should not be disrespecting anyone's religion, nobody else should be disrespecting somebody else's religion. Religion is some private matter, and as long as the interaction between people is respectable and cordial and helpful and positive, it shouldn't have anything to do with interfering with their happiness or not. Aren't friends in this world that come from different races, different backgrounds, different colors, different cultural backgrounds, different religions. I have many friends who have all kinds of religions, and some have no religions. And the quality of the friendship and trust is not supposed to have to do with the brand of something. It has to do with the way that person's heart and the commitment to friendship and honesty and trust and honor is. How they interact with each other is what sets the depth of a friendship. Not that I come from this clan and therefore you come from that clan, therefore we can be good friends. Or I come from this clan and you come from the other clan, therefore it can't be friendship. No. Even if they come from the same city or the same family, brothers and sisters, they still have differences in their mentality. And if they don't abide by decency and trust and honor and respect, there would be no friendship, even though they're from the same family. So even if they come from the same religion, unless they have these rules of honesty and trust and kindness and so on, there would be no real friendship, even though they could be having the same religion. So again, I don't know why they thought that unless a person comes from a certain religion, Sandy cannot be happy. The happiness is not about what you believe between you and your God or whatever you believe. Happiness is an interaction that you have with another person, if the happiness is between two people, like in a marriage. It's how you treat each other, how you trust each other, how you interact with each other, how you love each other, how you're, honest with each other, and many other things. The personal belief of each person is not a factor in how they interact, trust, are honest to each other, and love each other, and treat each other. I think that would be... Otherwise, if that was the case, then why should we stop at getting married? Nothing else would work if they come from different backgrounds or different religions. I mean, it's not just the religions that are different between people. They come from different races. Isn't that supposed to now make it difficult to... Are we not supposed to say, well, there's a difference there, so they can't love each other, so they can't be happy to each other? How about languages that are different? Well, communication has a lot to do with it, but how about cultural backgrounds? How about nationalities? How about which city they're born, which country they're born? How about their upbringing? How about what's in their consciousness? All these are things that can be different between people, but does that stop us to love each other? Has that stopped people around the world to get married and be happy? No. So it's not just a religion that could be different. It could be cultural backgrounds, nationalities, upbringing, economic situations, but they still love each other and be happy together if they're honest with each other, if they really care and interact sincerely, responsible. I don't think we can say people who are from the same religion, and if they get married, definitely they'll be happy. I know lots of people in different nations that they all come from the same religion and they get divorced and they're not happy. So being from the same religion or not being from the same religion should not really be the cornerstone or the reason for a happy marriage or not happy marriage. It's about how we treat each other, how we trust each other, how we build a family, how we are sincere, and many other things, which this is not the place to continue that. Now, number 3, loving unconditionally and wanting to marry unconditionally was Roger's mistake? No, Roger was in love, and when we're in love, I'm not saying we should, but when many people are in love, some go overboard, some actually do whatever it can. If anything, Raj tried everything possibly was reasonable for him to do. I think he even went overboard. I don't think he had to become Christian to win the heart of a woman. If the woman loves him, She probably loves him because of his sincerity, his manners, his mentality, his attitude, his way of thinking, his morals, his values. What does it have to do with religion? There are many people who are from different religions or the same religions, and they're still not good people. And many are from different religions, and religiously they don't have anything in common, but they're both good people, and their roots are good, and their beliefs in humanity, in decency, in morals, and everything else is good, and they make a good couple and happy life. So I don't think that was his mistake. He did everything he could, but maybe he did more than he should, because he was being dominated to do something that was not necessary. I mean, what if the other side, what if Rajesh's family would say, like, why don't you become a Hindu? I didn't see she would try to do that. So obviously, Raj's intention was to make that girl happy and to be a good husband. But the girl seemed to be more interested in promoting a certain belief, whether it was that religion or some other religion. So it was an element of domination involved from the girl's family and expectations. And to me, I don't think that's the intention of any religion, to dominate other people or make them to abide by their rules, to consider themselves, oh, now I am better. The whole purpose of the religion, the way I understand it, is that they wanted to make people understand that there are higher values than human values, and we're supposed to be stepping forward and become higher and better in treating each other. So religion is supposed to become and promote freedom of choice, freedom of love, freedom of how you're supposed to live. It's not supposed to be binding you. It's not supposed to be telling you that you're no good unless you believe in my religion. If that was the case, then the whole world would be at war with each other, because this one would say I'm better, that one would say I'm better. So we should stay away from all these things. You believe whatever you believe personally, and that's fine. It's between you and your God and your belief. But trying to make that a condition that you're only good if you believe in my religion, and then if you're not believing in my religion, then you're not as good as you would be or you could be. These are all ways of closed-mindedness. Religion was supposed to take human being from thousands and thousands of years ago, from that whole tribalism, and make them all see each other as complete as they could be, to become better, more tolerant people, to understand that their clan is not better than the other clan. There's something better than all of them. So they should all try to become better than what they can be or what they think they are. Something went wrong, and instead religions became an instrument to say to each other that I'm better, my religion is better. And all religions are trying to make us a better human being. They all have a common goal. Now, how it is being used or misused, that's a different question. Now, the other question here, it says what Raj needs to do now. Well, Raj needs to understand that he was being manipulated, whether not necessarily by choice or plan or a trick. It just so happened that family, Sandy's family, believed it so much that they misunderstood the whole purpose of the religion. In this case, Christianity. I think religions are trying to promote democracy. They're trying to promote freedom. They're trying to say that only your God can be your judge, and a human being is not supposed to be such a severe judge in these matters on each other. But instead, they didn't turn out to portray or reflect Christianity's intentions in this case, because Christianity's intention, I think, would be, like many other or all other good religions, all other religions, to to not to be used to dominate people, to help them to be free from being looked at as different from each other, from other people, or looked down upon. It's supposed to make everybody equal in the eyes of the higher power, so to speak. But in this case, the religion became a tool to take a freedom of choice of a person away by the force of, if you want me, then you gotta believe in what I believe. Well, that's domination. That's dictatorial. But the religions are supposed to free you from becoming a slave to humans and to become part of the whole energy of the universe, part of the divine power, as they say. So, number 5, how can he forget Sandy and stop abusing and causing himself and his parents? He shouldn't curse himself, he shouldn't curse his parents. He did everything right. His parents were all gracious and they accepted the lady, even though, you know, the lady's family didn't come forward. But Rajesh's family did everything right. They were open to it. All they asked is for their traditional beliefs, which, you know, that's a little thing they wanted, and that's fine. Why should Rajesh convert anyhow? Why? Why shouldn't Rajesh be accepted for the human being he is? We are all human. Before we believe in any religion, we all have another common thing, and that is we are all humans. That is what we are really having in common with each other. Anything after that, unfortunately, has made us separate from each other. Tribalism, the way we've been born, we've been raised, what information we saw, what education we have, of course, in the old days, what nationality we have, what tribal we belong to, what religion we belong to. All of these have made us, unfortunately, instead of bringing us closer, has made us segregated, separated. So religion is supposed to, before we believe in any religion, we are born with the grace of this universe and this energy, and you want to call it God, nature, whatever you call it. We have one thing in common, that we are born from the same thing. Whatever was responsible for us to be in this world, the same thing and same power has been responsible for all of us, whoever has come to this world. So we have that in common. The rest of it, this religion, that religion, is like, I don't know, multi-level marketing. This one says, oh, mine is better. That one says, oh, join me. And the other one says, join me. So you just collectively try to recruit each other to do what? Do you want to get in a war? What do you want? You want to promote love and understanding. So you can promote love and understanding, belong to any different religion you want to be, but they all want to promote love and understanding. So why did Rajesh had to change to Sandy's religion before he could be marrying her? They could believe individually to whatever they believe, and all respectable beliefs, and they could just focus on making each other happy and have a good, honest relationship. I mean, that's supposed to be the main focus. The rest of it is just ego of the families. And if anything, Rajesh showed that he had no ego. He changed as much as one could for the love of the girl. And if the girl couldn't see it, Rajesh got his signal that this girl wasn't the right girl for him. Because if the girl cannot see such big sacrifice, this girl would never be happy with him. This girl would never appreciate anything he would have done for him, for her. So Rajesh should now go just hug his father, hug his mother, and be happy that this didn't happen. Because if this marriage would have happened, obviously it looks like he would have been dominated just to get the girl. He would have to put up with many other things that he may be feeling or thinking differently than that family. There would be no personal respect for what he wants to do, what he believes, what he come from traditions, as much as they're harmful, but they are part of many people's life in this world. So at least they should have respect for each other's tradition, if anything, until we all grow up strong enough to understand that these traditions is good, but it's not detrimental to the point to go to, you know, to fight for in such a severe case, or to be insulted if somebody says something against the tradition of somebody else, and so on and so forth. Number 6, did Sandy do a mistake by not coming out of her Orthodox religion belief and accepting Raj as a Hindu and making their parents agree for her love? Yeah, you know, Sandy doesn't have to change her religion. Rajesh doesn't have to change his religion. And Sandy and Rajesh should have just focused on their love and be good husband and wife with each other, understand and learn about each other, and make good family, and that's it. The rest of it, of course, Sandy made a mistake thinking that the only ingredient for happiness is if that person that she marries would believe in the same religion. Many people get married and they belong to the same religion, but they get divorced. So there is no guarantee there. The mentality, the understanding, the honesty, the faithfulness, the way they treat each other, these are all the important parts of relationship. Number 7, where is the mistake and on whose side it lies, and what could have been done on both sides for a happy ending marriage? It's simply both sides should have understood and respected each other's belief independently. The Hindu can be Hindu, and Christians could be, you know, be Christians. Why should they have to convert as long as they respect each other's religion? Look, after all, everybody in the world says that there's only one God, right? So maybe they choose different paths to get to that level where God is, or his rules, or the rules of that religion are. But there is only one energy, one creator, one system, one intelligence. You may call it God, nature, whatever you want to call it. There is only one source. So if we choose different religions to get to that higher level that we all aim for, that's fine. But the religions should be respected by all who practice it. This religion should respect the other one, and the other one should respect the other one, because they all have some same goal, common goal. They all want to become better people, better person, reach that highest level and plateau of humanity, and for that they are striving. It's just like a bunch of people are trying to climb a mountain according to their abilities and agility. Some use a rope on this one, some use rock climbing on the other side of the mountain, some just walk through the trail to go up, some, you know, I don't know, maybe use a helicopter to go up, but they all have the same goal, is to reach the summit, the top, meaning they all want to become a better person, loving person, more decent person, more tolerant person. They all have the same goal. So all the religion have this same place they want to achieve. They want to get there, which is to become a better human. Oh, now which part of the mountain they choose according to their abilities and agilities, that's beside the point. That's irrelevant. But they all have the same goal. They're all going toward the same goal. So religions, they're not supposed to be fighting with each other or trying to say, I'm better than you. Well, how could you be better than the other one if they all want to become better people, better person, and get closer to that level of, higher level of enlightenment, understanding, or humanity? And that's all I can say. So to me, Raj has no guilt of any kind. If anything, it was the girl's family's lack of understanding that what is really important in this life is that we are all humans. Before we belong or believe in any religion or any mentality, we're all humans, and that's the common point. And that's what they should have focused, and they should have promoted for their children, for their young children, to know and to proceed, strive for better life on that premise, on those hopes. So Raj should simply be happy that he's not in that family. Otherwise, it would be more of differences rather than cohesiveness. Obviously, they were not ready to create an environment where both flowers could grow, both plants could grow. They wanted to say plants can only grow in this part of the garden, and in the other part of the garden it wouldn't grow, which is not true. We're all on earth and we could all grow as long as we simply allow two sides of the garden gets water and nourishments and sunshine and be nice to each other, good to each other. It would have worked fine. But Rajesh simply has nothing to regret about and should just walk away and be happy and look for another woman who could appreciate him for who he is, not what religion he has. I wish you all well and hope that is helpful, and talk to you soon.